Publications allow you to make templates for emails and documents that are then auto-populated with data each time they are generated. This video will provide an overview of email and document publications. To manage and create publications, go to Setup, Reports, and Publications. Here, you can see a listing of all the existing publications in the system. To create a new publication, click Add New. Next, choose a type for the publication. Publications can be either an email or a Word or PDF document. After choosing a type, enter a name for the publication and optionally a different display name for the publication listing. Then, pick what the publication should be associated to. This will affect where you can generate the publication. Depending on what was selected under Associated to, one or more options will appear as a primary data source. What you choose here will determine what fields will be available for auto-population. Common choices for Associated to include applications, organizations, and processes for publications being generated within a process, events, event participants, and event entities for publications used as part of events, and certifications for publication being generated from an issued accreditation or certification. After choosing an option for Associated to and picking a data source, enter how the publication should output when downloaded and if the final document should be a PDF. Next, you need a Word document to act as a template. From here, you can start building out a structure for the publication. To add in an auto-populated field from the data source, click Insert and Add Field. Under Field Names, search for Merge field. Next, under Available Fields, find the preferred field to use and click Copy. Then, go back to the Word document, paste the field, and click OK. To change the field, right-click, edit the field, enter in a new value from the list of available fields, and click OK. To add additional fields, you can copy any existing one and update the value. When the template is finished, go back to the publication screen and upload the document. Once you click Save, you can add and generate the publication. If the field names exist and are in the correct format, they will be auto-populated with data upon generation of the publication. For email publications, instead of adding fields to a Word document, you can drag and drop them directly into the body or subject line of an email. Note that unlike document publications, emails can only be generated within a process. If you need to access the fields from more than one data source in a publication, you can add new data sources under Secondary Data Sources. After selecting a data source, select a field from the secondary data source, and then select a matching field from the primary data source. In this case, the primary data source is process instance info, which has a field called context entity ID. A process's context entity is the same as the process type. So, if a process has a type of application, the context entity ID will be the application ID that the process is started from. This is then matched with the application ID field from the CXM application info secondary data source. Finally, add an alias to the secondary data source. This is used to differentiate fields between the primary and new data source. For example, the primary data source, process instance info, has a field called created by. The new applications data source has the same value, but refers to who created an application rather than who created a process. For the CXM organization info data source added, the organization ID field was matched with the entity ID field from the primary data source. Since a process's entity refers to who or what is working through the process, entity ID will mean the same as organization ID if the process is given to an organization. After adding secondary data sources, you can add fields from them into the publication template.